free. Subscribe our channel and click the bell icon so that you will get update with our latest video. The Arctic, the smallest of Earth's 5 oceans, with icy waters and dagger-like winds, is home to some of the most unforgiving conditions on the planet. But far below the skin of sea ice that waxes and wanes with the seasons, this inhospitable ocean is hiding a treasure trove of natural resources, one that's largely untapped by mankind. The Arctic Ocean is estimated to hold billions of barrels of oil, and trillions of cubic feet of natural gas, accounting for 16 to 26% of the Earth's undiscovered reserves. And there's a superpower scrambling to beat all others in the race to exploit this chilly mother lode of polar resources, Russia. Decades after the Soviet Union fell, Russia embarked on a mission to drill deep into the Arctic seabed, sending a fleet of underwater robots and unmanned submarines into the Earth's harshest waters. And now, after years of drilling in the area, the country, which saw oil and natural gas account for 68% of its exports in 2013, plans to use never-before-seen technology to take its mission to the next level. Russia already extracts around 5.5 million tons of oil annually from its only operating oil field in the Arctic, but much of the sea is covered by a thick sheet of ice year-round, making exploitation by surface vessels impossible. Enter Russia's Project Iceberg, an ambitious plan to use extreme technology for equally extreme conditions. We talked to experts who shone a light on Russia's designs on the Arctic. The race for the Arctic's precious resources isn't new. The hoard of gas and oil is surrounded by powerful nations, Russia, Denmark, Norway, the US and Canada, and they all want a piece of the pie. Russia itself has been drilling in the Arctic Circle for decades. In August 2007, it made a dangerous and globally provocative move by sending 2 Russian mini-submarines 4,200 meters, 14,000 feet, below the North Pole to plant a rust-proof titanium flag on the seabed to stake a claim on the territory. Russia is already expanding its military might in the Arctic, building more bases in the area after opening several earlier this year. In April, BBC journalists were the first foreign journalists allowed to film Russia's military brigade stationed in the Arctic, close to the Finnish border. The increased military presence in the region is a sign of Russia's growing Arctic ambitions at a time when receding ice is making the energy resources it holds more accessible than ever. In much the same way as extracting oil from the North Sea was considered to be an engineering challenge in the 1970s, as nobody had operated drilling platforms so far north in such difficult weather conditions before. The Arctic poses similar barriers today, with water up to 5 kilometers, 3.1 miles, deep in places and largely covered with ice. The Arctic is arguably the hardest place in the world to drill for oil. But then, nobody has attempted anything like Project Iceberg before. The Foundation for Advanced Studies, the Russian equivalent of America's DARPA, states it is planning fully autonomous underwater, under ice, development of hydrocarbon fields in the Arctic seas with severe ice conditions. In other words, oil-seeking robotic submarines. But there are some who suggest Iceberg's stated goals are unrealistic, and that they may be a smokescreen for the development of military systems that can be deployed under the ice. What is almost certain is that the project will add muscle to Russia's vast territorial claims in the Arctic, which are currently under consideration by the UN. The centerpiece of Iceberg is the 182 meters long, 600 feet, Belgrade, the largest nuclear submarine ever built. The Belgrade will carry out underwater surveys and lay communication cables under the ice, but its main role will be to act as a mothership for a flotilla of smaller submarines. The Belgrade submarine is a platform for deployment of various systems, including ones that do not yet exist, says Vadim Kozyulin, a defense analyst at PER Center, a think tank focusing on security issues. This is the reason for the sub's enormous size. A new 30 meters, 100 feet, section has been added with docking facilities for both manned and unmanned submarines.